Welcome to Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981, the very first Indiana Jones movie. This movie is just called Raiders of the Lost Ark, by the way, as these guys are walking around the jungle, and also this. So the story of this movie was co-written by George Lucas and directed by Steven Spielberg. We also meet Satipo here, played by Alfred Molina, as we are in the year 1936 in South America. And this guy tries to shoot the hero of the movie. So we now meet Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford, and goes up here and mentions that a Forrestal was here picking up some sand, a competitor of Indiana Jones. So the two walk inside this cave and just look around, and also this trap, and continue to walk and have now made it to the artifact that Indiana Jones needs. And this is just too easy, as Indy here knows all about the traps. And grabs the artifact while replacing it with the sandbag, and here comes trouble. And even betrayal.
Throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. Give me the whip. Adios, senor.
So the artifact idol was all Satipo wanted. Great. And Indiana Jones escapes right on time as he sees Satipo killed, karma at its best. So Indiana Jones runs out again, only the Jovitos have their arrows pointed at him, and even Satipo's buddy has been killed too. But all these Jovitos here are here with Dr. Rene Belloc, played by Paul Freeman, who's like an English version of Ben Gazzara, the American actor. I see quite a resemblance there. So Indy gives Belloc the idol, and the Jovitos bow down to the idol as Indy makes his escape. And Dr. Belloc is like the co-villain of this movie, as he screams at Jock here, played by Fred Sorensen, to start the engines.
Start the engine! Get it up!
And have made it out the island and back to the United States somewhere, as we see Indiana Jones teaching, since that's his real job, a college professor in archaeology, which of course, a class composed of 90% girls. And now walks in Dr. Marcus Brody, played by Denham Elliott, observing Indy's class.
And the undisturbed chamber and the grave goods that were found in another...
And Indy does get the same James Bond-like treatment here, even the student leaving an apple on the desk, simpler times. Leaving an apple on your teacher's desk or professor's desk was still pretty common in the 2000s, but after that, students gave up. So Indiana Jones tells Marcus here he almost had the idol and wants to get it back with the help of $2,000 so that he can buy it back somewhere, which he will never do. And Marcus mentions that he's brought people to see Indiana Jones who are Army intelligence agents, one of them being Major Eaton, played by William Hootkins, and Colonel Musgrove, played by Don Fellows. And Indiana Jones meets them now and is now asked if he knows anything about his former college professor, Professor Ravenwood from the University of Chicago. And now on to what matters, as Colonel Musgrove tells Indy here that their European sanctions has cut German communication from Cairo to Berlin, and that Nazis have had teams of archaeologists to hunt down religious artifacts. And there's one happening outside of Cairo right now, an artifact hunt by German archaeologists, and mentions all of the artifacts taken so far and include the city of Tanis, discovered by the Nazis, as it's a possible resting place for the Lost Ark holding all of the 10 Commandments.
Did you guys ever go to Sunday school? Well, look.
Now, more religious background of info of the Lost Ark located in the Temple of Solomon holding the broken pieces in the city of Tanis. And more input by Dr. Marcus that the Lost Ark was taken back to the Chamber of the Well of Souls. And Major Eaton is just so confused here, including myself, from all that background information. And the only one to know more about this topic is Professor Ravenwood, Indiana Jones' former college professor. And even mentions one of the artifacts, the Staff of Ra, which is one of the artifacts the Germans are looking for, and even shows the Army intelligence the picture of this Lost Ark.
I want you to go for it. Marcus!
So back at Indiana Jones' home, as Marcus Brody is here to tell him that Army intelligence have given Indiana Jones the permission to go to this Lost Ark and have it for them and bring it back for his museum. And now has to locate Abner Ravenwood, who is, of course, Indiana Jones' professor, and obviously his daughter, Marion Ravenwood, who we will see later. now has boarded the plane, and just to remind you, this is the 1930s. And we even see a glimpse of one of the troublemakers Indiana Jones will meet soon, and has now landed in Nepal, as we're at this restaurant bar having a drinking contest. One of those drinkers is, of course, Marion Ravenwood, played by Karen Allen, Abner Ravenwood's daughter, Indiana Jones' former professor, okay? And she won the drinking contest and passes out, and Marion won. Everyone now leaves and walks in Indiana Jones, and she's happy to see him, and quickly changes that by slapping him, and he probably shagged her in the past, like Austin Powers like to say it, obviously. And she tells him that her dad is dead, Abner Ravenwood, the University of Chicago professor, Indiana Jones professor, and is still pissed off and asks her to help him find the bronze medallion, and even offers her $3,000 plus an extra $2,000 for that medallion. And she tells him to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, she's valid, all right.
And walks in more trouble. The Germans are now here, including Major Arnold Todt, played by Ronald Lacey, the same guy from the airplane spying on Indiana Jones, and is willing to offer more money for that medallion. And Todt has the burning metal rod ready to burn Marion for that medallion.
Let her go.
And Indiana Jones is back and beats all of Todt's guys. And even this. And Major Todt gets his hand burnt by the burnt medallion and runs outside to ease the pain in the snow. So now Marion's restaurant is on fire, and for now becomes Indiana Jones' partner until she gets her $5,000 back that was offered to her. And now the two travel to Cairo, Egypt, and meet up with Salah here, played by John Rhys Davies, who will come back until the very last Indiana Jones movie in 2023. And Salah is one of those archaeologists hired by Major Arnold Todt. The digging outside Cairo that was mentioned by Eaton and Musgrove.
What's his name?
We call him Balosh. Belloc.
It's no doubt Dr. Belloc is involved in this too, and shows Salah the medallion for more info, and even calls Indiana Jones by his nickname, Indy. And mentions the Ark in Tanis has the deadly feelings surrounding it. Indy and Marion are now walking around as she has a monkey in her arms, and reports this guy with an eye patch, and signals to this guy in the hat onto the balcony. And now back to Indy and Marion. So the guy with the eye patch sent out the guys to attack the two with this Indiana Jones showdown as he pushes the guys and whips them away. And now the others are looking for Marion as the monkey here is screeching. So Marion has been kidnapped, and Indy hears her voice and runs after her. Since Marion is in one of those buckets, I have no idea what they are. What does Indiana Jones do? He just pushes them down until he finds Marion in one of them. And the truck with Marion inside tries to escape and blows up, and this guy with the hat comes to pick up Indiana Jones and takes him here to meet up with Dr. Belloc again. So Renee Belloc talks to Indiana Jones and even shows him a cheap watch and wants the Ark all for himself, and Indy gets pissed and is about to be shot. And luckily Salah's kids were there to save Indiana Jones. And Salah knew he was there and tells him Marion is dead. So Indiana Jones is here at Salah's again, and one of the kids prepares dinner for Indiana Jones. And the eye patch guy's back too and drops some kind of liquid into the dates, and one of Salah's kids notices it. As Indy talks to Salah about the Ark and even the medallion having duplicates, and that Belloc and a Dietrich both want the Ark for themselves, and now this guy found something.
Belloc's staff is too long.
They're digging in the wrong place.
So Indy now knows Belloc and Dietrich, who we're going to see soon, are digging in the wrong place. And also this.
Bad dates.
So next scene, we are at the very same digging location when Army intelligence came over to tell Indiana Jones about it, as Belloc is there. That Dietrich is there digging for the Ark from the Well of Souls. Okay, so Dietrich and Belloc, of course, are the ones that organizes. And Indy and Sallah are back and dressed as Arabs, as he's here to look in this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, the guards tell Sallah to move away. And Indiana Jones found the hole to plug in the staff with a medallion on top. And the staff is lit up and it works to get to the next location. Now Sallah drops the flag rope down and walks past these other archaeologists and goes in here to see Marion tied up and alive, and ties her back up to not cause any suspicion, and now looks into this telescope to find his next destination. So Belloc is now here with Dietrich himself, Herman Dietrich, played by Wolf Kaller, and Gobbler, played by Anthony Higgins, and Dietrich wants to talk to Marion now. And now comes back the Major again with the creepy burnt handprint. Yeesh, you. And Indiana Jones and the Arabs are digging that exact same spot to see a cover leading to the inside of this pyramid-like spot. And drops a torch down there since snakes are everywhere. And Belloc unties Marion, now lets her eat while asking her to put on this dress. Now back with Indy and Sallah as Indiana Jones. And jumps down here with snakes everywhere and burns the snakes alive. So Indiana Jones and Sallah have made it inside and moved the cover off with this rock, while Belloc and Marion are enjoying being drunk and even shows off the knife she hid under her clothes. Guess who's back?
Always overdressing for the wrong occasions. What shall we talk about?
And the two bring out this golden casket, which is the Ark, and Belloc and Major Tot are back outside the digging location. So Belloc notices smoke coming out from the hole and Sallah escapes, but he didn't do it on purpose, since Belloc took over the rope, and are ready to kill Indiana Jones, and even throws in Marion down with him and closes the opening of the hole, which looks like the inside of a pyramid, and Sallah is there too, but he's part of a digging plan since he's vital to Belloc and Dietrich. And now the two have to escape the snakes, and Indy rips part of Marion's dress to move the snakes, to push the snakes away, and climbs up the statue and breaks into this wall. Now find a way out and spots the German planes ready for takeoff, and Indiana Jones tries to steal a plane, but he gets into a fight as this big guy comes out to fight Indiana Jones, and he's played by Pat Roach, who will come back in the next two Indiana Jones movies, kind of like Jaws from James Bond. So Marion traps himself inside the plane with the pilot on the settings, and Belloc and Dietrich run towards it, leaving the Ark unattended. And the plane slices the big guy, and somehow he will come back in the next two Indiana Jones movies. And part of the airfield blows up, and Dietrich wants the Ark moved out ASAP. And Sallah meets up with the two again to tell Indiana Jones that the Ark is being loaded up on a truck. So Indy tells Sallah to get back to Cairo and will run after the truck, with the help of the horse. And Indiana Jones gets a hold of the truck and this scream. And more car action as Belloc spots what's happening and shaking off the soldiers from the truck as this guy makes it inside and pushes out Indiana Jones. And makes it back inside by sliding on the truck and pushes the guy who broke in and has the Ark in the back while pushing Belloc's car out of the way. And acts like nothing happened. So the Arabs are happy that the Ark has been located, and Indiana Jones and Marion Ravenwood are ready to head back to whatever state he's from. I'm guessing Washington or Chicago or Illinois. Indiana Jones is not from Indiana, just to be clear for all you people that don't know anything about Indiana Jones. They also meet Captain Katanga now, played by George Harris, and he's a little too nice here to Indiana Jones. Kind of raises some suspicions about him if he is part of Belloc and Dietrich's plan. And Sallah hugs Indy, and also this.
That is for your children, and this is for you.
So now on the boat, as Indy relaxes, Marion wearing a new dress, and she hits Indiana with the turning mirror. And Indy lays down, and Marion starts kissing him. And she just kissed Sala, man. Ew, what? Does Indiana Jones not think? The Germans have surrounded the boat with their submarine as Captain Katanga tells Indiana Jones and Marion to escape from the boat. So Marion is now in the Germans' hands and have caught the Ark. And of course, Katanga is either pretending here or part of Belloc and Dietrich's plan, and tells them to leave Marion on the ship. Tells the two that he killed Indiana Jones. And I was wrong. Katanga was pretending as one of the boat guys spotted Indiana Jones on the German submarine swimming there. And so the submarine heads back to the landing base or the shipping base, and Indiana Jones steals his guard's uniform and spots Belloc with Marion. And of course, the uniform doesn't fit, so the movie's almost done with the guard telling Belloc the Ark is ready to be sent to Germany. So Indiana Jones posing as a German soldier, and Belloc and the soldiers are walking. And you also spot Major Arnold, Todd's bald spot there, don't you? So Indiana Jones has a rocket launcher ready to blow up the Ark and wants Marion back first. And Belloc is ready for Indiana Jones to blow up the Ark and makes him do it. But Indiana Jones can't do it since he needs that Ark for his museum, or for Army intelligence back in Washington. So Indiana and Marion are tied up with Belloc with the Ark in front of them saying something. So the Ark is sitting in front of Belloc as he says something in some language, probably Arabic, to turn on the Ark while dressed as an Egyptian from the past. And Belloc has been fooled big time. And this electric shock comes out of nowhere, and now inside opens up a new world, inside the Ark. And now these spirits come out of it, and Indiana tells Marion to shut her eyes and to not look at the spirits. And this girl shows up as a ghost, and we end it here. And all the German soldiers with Belloc and Dietrich and the Major have been cursed to death, being melted to death, including an opening of the sky, and comes back to the Ark. And two are free and back to Washington as Indiana Jones meets up with Army intelligence again, Musgrove and Eaton. And Dr. Marcus Brody is impatient, wanting to know where the Ark has been taken since Major Eaton and Colonel Musgrove need it for, Army intelligence to be researched on.
Top men.
And that top men are researching the Ark, leaving with a pissed off Indiana Jones, knowing that the Ark was taken away, by the government and could have been in his museum, like I said. And Marion is there too, and she will buy Indy a drink, and the Ark has been boxed and packed into a government storage. Who knows when they'll open that up? So that's it, guys. Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981. Pretty straightforward movie and great start, but there's more to come in the next episode with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the sequel. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching once again. Take care, see you soon, and watch away. And check out the first Indiana Jones movie from 1981, and you will enjoy it.